Hi, and welcome to YOPO Drums. For today's lesson, I'm going to continue on how to pull up your sleeves. This is the second part. Basically what I mentioned in the first video is you want to always make sure that you have your hands just like this, just normally. And like I said before, you want to pull your hands up. Well, in this case, you want to do the same thing, but you always want to, how do I explain this? You're not a robot. So I don't know if you've heard, like when you're a kid, you heard like a tambourine playing or something, and you heard that it's always on tempo. In everything, there's always going to be a tempo no matter what, when you play, subconsciously or not. So you're going to have to, you're always going to hear it. Like if you listen to the iPhone, there's a thing where you can hear, like, it's like a marimba hitting. You can hear at one point, I think it's on the third measure, on the downbeat on the first note, first quarter note, it's a little shaky because it's counting. That's just the way it is in the nature of music. So you're never going to be perfectly straight just like this. You're always going to want to play at least 1 inch up, and you're always going to want to either push back even a little bit. So it's even going to be a little bit behind, or a little bit, just a tad or two, 5 millimeters maybe at least, most. And just, you know, you can't, it's not going to be perfect when you're playing, just how it is. And if you do certain things, you can switch them. So things like I like to do, that's just how it is. You know, it's also better. So a lot of people, when they play, they'll do things like this. And that's not exactly good for snare drum. That's not what conductors will teach you, but that is a good thing because it helps you more along the drums, you know, going back and forth. And that's good. I mean, that's a good thing you can learn too. But you just want to make sure you're always a little bit off. It's not going to be perfect, so just... And I always want to make sure when you're playing, a lot of people notice this. Like a lot of metal drummers, they play on the off beats, but when you play, you notice drummers always play on the downbeat. And it's always going to be higher than the next one. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with doing that. It's even if you're not going to play on the downbeat, if you don't want to accent it, you should play a little higher than normal. So maybe 1.5 inches, or at least something like that, something small. So at least you have, you know, you're not a robot, so you're gonna play a little off all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's basically the continuation of the tips that I have, is just do those things. And it's going to work out fine. And after progress, it'll sound like this. And there you have it. Thank you for watching.